90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm your host, Brian Crespo. Today, I have yet another guest from one of my favorite bands. So, without further ado, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I play in the band Wolfenberg. I do vocals for it. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it. We're gonna have a good interview today, folks. We're gonna discuss, a little bit about Wolfenberg, their new record, their recent live stream, as well as them being added. Well, not being added. They've been on the afterburner tour, and with what's going on in the world, how excited they are to be back playing the show. So, Tyler, tell me, how's everything? How's everything with you? How has this past year been treating you? I guess in a way.
It was a little rough at first, but found the silver lining in it all. Got to spend a lot of time working on music. With working from home and being able to make a lot of good friendships with the people that are around me. There's really not much else to do. Picked up learning how to surf during this time. That's really it. Like, just been focusing on just making the best out of everything. Like everything's that's the best thing you can do instead of just dwelling on it.
No, I agree 100%. Recently, Wolfenberg. So, for those who don't know about Wolfenberg, if you can explain it, sort of, for newcomers who want to get into it, how would you try to invest self-film when you get into Wolfenberg?
I guess you'd say it's just really high energy rock music. It does have some aggressive vocals and some aggressive guitar parts and drums, but it also has a lot of a flavor to it. That's just catchy parts. There's technical aspects of it. It really just depends. I'd say if you really like rock and roll, definitely is a great way to listen to it, and you don't mind some screaming. And also, if you're into technical music, it's a great way to listen to it too. The guitars are very intricate, the drums, the bass.
Awesome. So, how did Wolfenberg start? What was the roots of it?
So we started it. It started with our guitarist Cameron, and he was playing with a few other people. Actually, the original singer of the band was this guy named Isaac, and he's actually the singer for the band Dwellings, if anybody's ever heard of them. And yeah, we're all from the same hometown area. And then I joined the band, and Jacob joined the band, and then we just were working on music. Isaac just wanted to go do a little bit of different direction, and yeah, so we did that. We got another singer named Sam Cole for a little bit. He did our first single, Oil Cup, and then Sam left after about a year, and then we had Marcus, and ever since then we've had Marcus, Jacob, Tim, Louis. Louis left for a little bit, but then he came back. We had a guy named Joshua Unit in the band. So the band had a little bit of member swaps, just trying to figure things out. But now we have a solid lineup and had for a while. And yeah, the way we really started though was just all playing music in the same local area. We're all from Northern California. I went to high school with Cameron. I've been friends with Tim for quite a while. Jacob, I've been playing previous bands with Jacob since I was about 15 years old. So it's been, I think it's 12 years ago now, or 13 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yes, just a long history together.
That's good though. With having the same stable lineup, especially with Tim, being there, and Cameron and everyone else, you guys have been able to form this, what's it called? You guys have that dynamic, I guess, that way, that connection automatically when you guys get in the studio. So with that, the Puss Caravan live stream, talk to me about that. How was that? What was the idea behind it? Was it because of what, let's just give something back to the fans, given the year that we can't tour, so it's a way, in a way, was let's give back to them.
Exactly. It was a way to play some of one of the new songs, play a really old one, and it was just a way to give some people to watch and satisfy them until the tour's coming up, and it gives them something to look forward to, seeing a live stream and live performance of it. And people are looking forward to seeing us live, and people who've never seen us live that found us out during the EP or the 2 singles we put out. It was a good way to let them kind of experience what we're a little bit about.
That's great. Like I watched live stream. I thought it was awesome. Um, to be honest, every time for some reason, every time I see a live stream, I always think, wow, I can't believe this happened live. But then I'm like, wait. Let me just rewind a little. This was probably already pre-recorded. But overall, I think it's great, with the Plus Caravan live stream what you guys did. And do you guys have any future live streams planned in the future, or at the moment just the Plus Caravan?
Nothing at the moment. We're just that right now, and then we're actually working on an album. So just kind of focus on the album. Maybe do another one over the summer. Just depends on how everything's going.
Yeah, of course. So new album. Talk to me. How's that going? How's the process going that one so far? You guys been teasing a lot on social media.
Yeah, so we finished up most of our demos. We're still finishing them up, but we did track the drums just recently. Guitars are going in, and then we'll be doing vocals over in April. And so really just trying to grind out this album so we can put it out, before the tour comes out, and give a lot of people a bunch of songs to look forward to seeing, hopefully.
No, and it's great. Like, so I don't know. I don't know if you can talk about this, but like, when can fans expect, a release, or like a potential? I don't know.
I have no clue, honestly. All I know is that we're really just pushing before that tour comes out. So hopefully summer or early fall is really the goal. But it all just depends on how long it takes to finish the album. Get our mixes back, make sure we're happy with everything, because we want to put out a product that's going to be as important to our fans as it is to us, and not we can't
don't rush it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You got to make sure that everyone's happy with it, and that's the main thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure as fans, I'm pretty sure as fans, like, people can wait. As long as you guys put something that you feel is good enough to give to fans, and fans all over the world can accept them. I mean, speaking like myself, like, you guys gotta take the time that you need. Give it. You gotta let add the flavor to it. If that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah, and we want it to sound the best it can.
Exactly. But for a potential single, can we expect that anytime soon, or same thing? No.
Kind of the same thing, Like, I mean, hopefully we can have a single out by the summertime. I would love to have one out like June, July, but it just, like I said, it just depends. But I'm pretty positive that it'll be out. I'll say late summer, just to be safe.
Summer. Hopefully, well, I'm a late summer kid, so hopefully right on my birthday, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it can be a birthday present just for you and other fans.
That would be greatly appreciated. Oh God, but that's Tyler. We're gonna jump back and forth on this. But how did you get into vocals? Like, what were your influences? Like, what made you one day want to pick up, be like, let me do this, and you do the unclean vocals on Wolfenberg.
Yeah. I don't know, just playing bands. I used to play synthesizers in bands. I played like guitar for like a band for a little bit, just because. And I don't know, just came up and just started doing it. Like I did like more focusing on it when I joined this band called Our Native Tongue before I did Wolfenberg. And like we actually recorded with Josh Fenton, who did like the Hail the Sun EP and first record. He did our last singles. And that's kind of actually how I got involved in this kind of music, was playing in that band. We went to a concert over in this venue called the Red House in Walnut Creek, California. And I met, we were watching A Lot Like Birds play. And we were there, and I was just getting Chipotle with my drummer and guitarist. And he's like, oh, there's like A Lot Like Birds over there. I'm like, oh, just go talk to them. Like, And so we ended up talking to them and chatting for a while. And their manager at the time was like from our same hometown. And he's like, wow, there's bands doing not heavy music from like our hometown Modesto. He's like, wow, I'm from there. I only hear heavy bands, and this is really cool. He's like, here's my email, here's my phone number. He's like, send me some demos, show me your music. He's like, I would love to try to get you to play some shows in Sacramento, with A Lot Like Birds or Hail the Sun or someone. And yeah, he ended up giving us a show with DGD.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, it was a dance game and dance show. It was like on the Instant Gratification tour. We got to play with them in Sacramento, and that's where I met like Matt Mingus and a couple of other Dance Game and Dance members. I actually met Tim while I was recording vocals for that band. I got really nervous. I was like, oh man, this guy's plays in his band, and he's like, oh, your band sounds cool, and then that's how I just became friends.
The Afterburner tour. So how does it, given the fact that when I was moving up, but how does it feel like to be added on that tour? With that lineup,
It
because
was
it's a good lineup.
yeah, I was actually really surprised we got added to it originally. I was so surprised, so grateful. I was really excited. And it's just awesome. We toured with Dance Gavin Dance back on the Mothership tour, and that was like such an amazing experience. We haven't really done much touring before, only like small like week or 2 week runs with bands usually our size. So being able to go from like that level, like that smaller venue level, to be playing like at huge venues is just an incredible feeling. And there's such good live performers. Like, watch every night, you could watch Dance Gavin Dance, and every night I'd still be like in awe. Like I just think, wow, like they're just so good, and it's just amazing to see a band like that, and it's really inspiring to strive to be like at that level.
No, yeah, I mean, you guys. I feel like within that scene, you guys are making an impact too, because your music. I guess for me, it's like post, as Cameron says, it's post prog, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, post progressive, whatever. Like it's just whatever you want it to be, because like I said, we listen to so much music. It's heavy
Exactly.
music.
Like you guys invert it. Like it's like you can dance to it, and it's cool. Like with music like that. You get the melodic tunes from Marcus, and then like you hear your aggressive vocals. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, man, I get this.
and we always try to like write the vocals down to be catchy for both screaming and singing. Like we just want people to be able to sing along.
Exactly. And yeah, and how did like with like recent now with Idola being added to the tour, how does that make you feel?
Awesome. They're awesome dudes. I love watching them play as well. Like all of them are great at what they do. And Andrew's like a good friend of mine. And I'm just excited to spend a bunch of time with Andrew.
Yeah, I recently had Andrew on the show, so it was good. It's good to have you guys, get your perspectives on it.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask you, have you heard The Architect?
I haven't.
You haven't yet?
Or maybe is this one of their new songs? Or is this?
Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you been hearing anything? Have you guys?
I've heard a lot of it. So if it's what I think it is, then yeah, it's incredible.
It's incredible. Cool, man. I wish I could say that as well, but us fans, we gotta wait patiently.
Yeah, there's some killer parts, and we're gonna have some cool guest features on our record as well.
Really?
Yeah,
do you think you can drop a name, or
well we did
we
post a little clip, but Andrew will be doing a guest vocal on one of the songs, and it's really interesting and good, and it's right up like what people love hearing from them.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, from you guys, everyone else, like you guys, Idola, and everyone else is gonna be it's gonna be good. I have a feeling like within like you guys, within post hardcore, it's gonna be the summer of post hardcore.
Yeah, I think so. There's Hailstone has a record coming out, and then Idola does, and we have a record, so there's just gonna be a lot of new music coming out.
Yeah, it's good. It's really. I mean, Hell the Sun too. Like what they're doing right now is those records are killer.
So, yeah, the news. I really like the new song they put out. I can't remember the name, but it's got a really cool intro. And so I'm excited to hear the rest of the record.
Yes. Same goes for everyone. What else? But what have you else been dedicating yourself to, like towards besides Wolfenberg?
I just been working. I've been working, like learning how to surf. I recently got in a snowboard accident, so I ended up ripping like the ligament in my shoulder. So wasn't really able to do much, like surfing. Learned how to DJ over the quarantine. That's like something I picked up. Went and bought some equipment and just started learning. Found a good way to get myself out there to just perform in front of people. Still not the same as a band, but it's still something to do. Yeah, and that's just really it. Just like I guess just living like non-music life for a while, other than writing.
No, yeah, I mean, I think we all dedicate ourselves towards something, in regards towards, when we were like on pause. Now when you say working, you mean like Wolfenberg work or?
Oh, just my normal day-to-day job. Yeah. So I work at a bank. I work in financial services and
Oh wow,
like bank backend operations and fraud.
that's
Yeah.
that's the rock and roll life, huh?
Oh yeah, it's so rock and roll.
So rock and roll. You
Show
know,
up every day, sit on my computer and look at people's fraudulent reports.
and then at nighttime, pull out the suit and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really funny when I work with people and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And then I show them a band and they're like, "Whoa, I never even expect it."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I guess same thing with me. Like when I tell people like, "Well, what music you listen to?" Then I show them like, "Here," and then I show them like a Wolfenberg song, like a Get My Dance song. They're like, "You listen to that?" I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't see that. That's a shocker for tonight. So I guess fans, including myself, we got our fun fact of the night.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine that, but that's cool though. Trying to work, in a bank.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think I could be able to.
I never expected it. I used to want to be a teacher and now I'm doing this. So
Hey, I'm a substitute teacher, so it's good. It's good to be able to right now be able to help kids right now.
yeah, I could definitely see that job being really hard right now. So like that's awesome for you.
Thank you. It means a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then also I've managed to put the kids on to Wolfenberg, so
That's cool.
I've been educating them well.
Thank you. The young ones need it.
The young ones need it, so I'm like I try to put I try to find the clean songs. Oh, definitely I gotta avoid.
Yeah. Can't play them sight.
I can't play them sight, even though I want to. Awesome. What else has been going on? How do you feel with the music industry within venues and all? Do you feel like it's going to be a change when I guess when we're back to normal? Do you expect like the venue industry, the music industry change? Make different rules, I guess.
Yes, and I don't even know what to expect because it's going to be a really state to state thing. Like we have states um, Texas reopening 100% yesterday. Same with Mississippi, and then you have places like here in California where they're really strict, and over in New York, and like they're
Yeah,
even saying like you can't like mute, like they're saying like, oh, venues in July can be at like 50% capacity and stuff like that, and you're still gonna have to socially distance. It's just be such a weird, like I think it's a
it's
weird energy.
yeah, it makes you question. Like, it's gonna make us wonder. Like, it's not even us wonder. Like, the bands wonder. Like, do we want to tour with a limited capacity? Like, it's gonna be unfair to those who get the tickets as opposed to the ones who want to make the show.
Yeah, very logistically, it's a little complicated, and you don't really want to charge your fans double a ticket because the tickets are because it's 50% capacity as well, and like I was actually I went to Miami and just walked around and like saw like there's like concerts and stuff going on, and like looking at the tickets pricing for concerts, like I didn't really go to any, but like just looking like online to see what things to do, and like $100 for like a little concert. I'm like, really, like $100? Like that is crazy. But then I do the math and I'm like, well, the venues at like half capacity or something, they gotta spike up the ticket price so people, you know, so I think that's going to be kind of like one of the things where you might see is like a little bit more expensive, and I think we might not see bands come around as much, but hopefully, like when the start of next year, everything gets a lot better and like we can go back to normal. But I have faith in it. It's going to bounce back. I think it's just going to be very weird depending on where you're at.
Now, I hate to be that. I hate to be that guy. Like as much as I want to be optimistic, I'm also a realist.
Mm-hmm.
Do you on your? I can't really. I don't know how to word. I'm trying to word this correctly, but you guys are gonna come to New York here in around October.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that happening? Do you see the show happening in October, like East Coast?
I really hope so. It's so gray right now. Like things are going back and forth, and I can't like you know, like right now California is opening kind of faster than I expected. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's a chance, but you know, you never know what's going to happen. Like maybe they might do another lockdown, and then that brings everything back like 5 steps back when you've gone 2 steps forward. So right now it's just one of those things where fingers crossed. I really think I think it will. I think like American people really like have the drive to have these things like be open safely as well. So I'm looking. I mean, I hope so. I know that in New York, I saw like April 12th or in April they can start doing music venues at 33% capacity.
Yes.
So that's a start.
Yes, it's a start. So we'll see how that goes.
And anyway, Ty and I were talking about how he went. We were talking about like, you know, during the break, he mentioned how he went to Japan, how like they had My Chemical Romance songs and like ads everywhere. So how was that experience? I guess people were. It's crazy how like that how that band is recognized overseas.
Yeah, it's crazy. Metal in general and like hard music in general is like huge over there. It's like people like will be like I went to like a lot of the music I hear in like the mall and stuff would be like this weird crossover, kind of like baby metal. Have you ever heard of them kind of music?
Oh, I love baby
like,
metal.
Yeah, like I would just hear like some song where it'd be like some Japanese like J-pop girls is singing, and all of a sudden you just hear like just super hard breakdowns in the middle of the song and stuff. I'm like, whoa. So yeah, the Japanese people love their metal and they love, and like it's very interesting. But yeah, and I actually went to Tower Records. I found like a Dwelling CD in there. I found and Dance Gavin Dance stuff. I found like Emarosa stuff. Like they have way better record selection over there than I've ever seen like any good record store here in the States, and like of all genres. So it was really cool to see that.
Yeah, I know, like I mentioned, like Japan's a dream of mine to go to. So if I ever go one day, I'm definitely gonna like stop by there.
Yeah,
record store.
Definitely suggest it.
Has Wolfenberg ever toured Japan?
No, we've never left the country. We just
is that a plan maybe for the future when it's safe to go? You know, go overseas.
I would love to. That would be awesome. You know, go to Australia, go to Southeast Asia, go to Europe. I mean, I'd love to see Europe. I've only been to Asia and Southeast Asia, so love to see like all those parts of the world. And then if I get to do it in my band as well, that's even better.
Yeah, it's perfect. Well, hopefully that could happen, you know, because I think it's great, you know, when like people go tour overseas because it shows the appreciation. Like you get to meet the fans that you don't know you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I felt that way we only been to the East Coast once, and I felt that way like meeting a ton of fans that we never even knew about, like in such different places of the country that I didn't even know were there.
Yeah. Well, now let's talk about music. How do you feel like with Sacramento, like California in general, like that Sacramento area, like California, like the little suburban, I don't know, maybe Sacramento area, because like,
yeah.
How do you guys, the fact that with bands like, you know, Dance Gavin Dance, you guys, what else?
Hail the Sun's kind of from the area too, Northern California.
Yeah, the Hail the Sun. I'm trying to think of one.
A lot like Birds.
I don't know if Royal Coda's from the area as well.
Yeah, they are for the most part.
Yeah. How did it feel like you guys being like, I guess in a way like you guys are pioneers of the post-hardcore scene.
Mm-hmm.
How does if that's
I don't know. I mean, that's like, I feel like there's just so much music out there right now, and like especially in that area, there's just so many bands and so many great musicians that aren't even like bands anymore, and bands we played with throughout the years. That style, you know, that Dance Gavin Dance really pushed, Deftones, Dance Gavin Dance, they really pushed the harder rock music out there and made it like popular. Like you go to a Dance Gavin Dance show in Sacramento and it's huge. There's like I didn't go, but my guitarist did and stuff. They went and saw a Dance Gavin Dance concert in the park, and there's like 8,000 people there. And can you imagine like seeing like 8,000 DGD fans? Like it's nuts.
Yeah.
And now, you know, and like, I mean, I think it's just a statement to show that like this kind of music can evolve and stay inside, like stay in relevancy.
Of course, so, I agree with it. It's great, even with Swampfest. You know, like what Swampfest has become. You know, like it's like literally it brings members of music genre together, and you get to enjoy all these bands. And I think you guys have done Swanfest, correct?
Yeah, we did, and it was like one of the coolest things they ever did. Get to see like a bunch of our favorite bands. bands we grew up with. That was just like, it was just, can't even like describe it. It was just an amazing experience.
Awesome. That's in my bucket list, Swanfest. So like I personally just can't wait for it, to be honest.
You should travel for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in the East Coast, so definitely, whether it's plane or drive down there myself.
Yeah, well, you know what? Flights are cheap right now, so hopefully, you get a flight, like, and then just do it.
Yeah. Let me graduate first, and then I can do it.
Well, yeah, I understand that too.
I'm a senior, so I still got one more year left because I still got to do my master's degree. So I still got one more year left. But if April 2022, if everything's back to normal, you'll see me.
Congratulations on getting your master's. It's some tough work.
Yeah, 5-year program, So like right now, being an undergrad, I'm taking three grad courses. So
wow.
So I feel the intimidation. Like I'm literally like the only undergrad, and everyone else is like, getting their masters, or like, they're a little bit older. I'm just like, okay, I feel the intimidation now.
You're gonna be so happy after you get it, though. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So please, like if I ever hit you up in a year again, like I'll appreciate that private show 1-on-1 with you guys from Wolfenberg. Oh God. But yeah, overall, I think that's just the future of the scene is going to be good. I have a good feeling, especially right now with with Blue Swan working with Rise Records now. That's big news.
Yeah, a lot of better distribution is going to happen with like having that behind us. It's going to just help, I think, make the music even bigger and more accessible to tons of people that never would have listened to it.
Are you guys are signed to Blue Swan or Rise? I don't know.
Yeah, we're signed to Blue Swan.
So how does it feel like to be part of that history?
It feels awesome. It's incredible. A lot of and like I like just going back to it, like seeing so many other bands come out that are like doing this kind of style, and like it's just such a cool thing to see, like a certain style of music like blow up, and like band, like there's just, I don't know, I've heard so many bands, like, when we go on tour, we play with a lot of like metalcore bands or hardcore bands, and then coming the last like 3 years, we started playing, there's like, wow, there's like a lot of bands all over the place, like playing that Chon style, like, playing like the like Apple Driving style, like it doesn't matter, like, they were all taking those influences, and there's so many bands out there now that play this style in local bands, where back in the day, you never hear bands play this kind of style. Like you'd hear like one every once in a while, and now there's just so many. And yeah,
it's awesome. It's awesome, really. I feel like that, like what Will and Sergio are doing, from when I talked to Sergio and what he mentioned, what they're doing right now is going to be great. Allowing bands like you and others to be creative, because that's as I said before, that's the beauty of music. Like you're expressing your art, be creative with what you're doing without like, the higher up, the record label telling you like, we want this. From like, no.
Yeah. And that's what they let us do. They just let us do whatever we want.
Like do what you want to do. Like you're like, if you're giving art to fans, give to the fans what you believe is your work and your soul, because when you put out something, like, it's gonna get a reputation.
Exactly. I 100% agree with you on that too. It's really how we feel, and I love being able to have that freedom that they give us.
If there's one thing, when we go back to normal, what's one thing you can take from this whole experience that you're gonna take into your life for the future? Like one thing you've learned that you didn't realize that, wow, I need to appreciate this more.
It's a really good question. I'd say like the thing I just want to say, like, I appreciate more is the ability to be able to interact with people, and the ability to, go to the store and not worry about other people thinking you're sick, or I'm sick, or, worrying about going to my parents. Just the whole stigma of like I'm just going to be appreciative of like being able to interact with people, and I don't know, just walking down the street now, like, I mean, going to the park, going to the store, going to a restaurant, like all those things are things that I never really realized were so like something that just helps like you have like a better day or something, or have you do something.
Yeah.
Your friends in general, your friends and family, like being not be able to see them. And, it's weird.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, it's been, you know, even with me, like, you know, it's been real, like, being in lockdown was like, wow, I really didn't appreciate, you know, going outside more. So,
yeah.
And like, you know, being with, and also like, it's got me closer to the people that I'm close with, you know, so it's helped a lot.
That's one thing that is I didn't appreciate too about what happened like from it. That is, I guess, something that I learned that I probably need to do is building better relationships with like your friends and your family. Like some of my best closest friends I've made now are people who I've met over this pandemic time. Like, and I just, you know, we keep our friend circle small, and just I would see them all the time, like almost every other day, and just doing that with those people. And like, you know, you get to learn people on such a deeper level because you're not just going to like a restaurant or just hang out. It's like, or just going to do things. You actually have to take the time to talk and listen to each other and spend a lot more quality time that you would never experience. It's very more intimate like experience, I think.
No, I agree with you 100%, you know, and yeah, and that's it, man. Thank you guys. If you guys ever want to check out Wolfenberg, check them out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, whatever you listen to, you know.
We're everywhere.
All right, where are you guys everywhere? And you guys know me. I'll be playing them a lot. So, as you know, my show, how it rolls. Tyler, thank you so much for being on the show, and we look forward to hearing what's next from Wolfenberg.
Thank you. I can't wait for all of you to hear, and thank you for having me.